Alright, I was gonna play some Doncaster before I go to bed, but I was like, you know what? Let's see if we can finish Cthulhu Dark Providence. Because it might be possible for us to do this, because we're almost at the end game. So, okay, so it is the player's turn. So, what was it that I wanted to do? Oh, let's try and recruit this guy because he can also close um, gates. And he has one power too on his person. Not on this card though. Maybe we need a power card. There's TNT. Let me see what this TNT card is. Obliterate this card after it is played, but you get 3 power with that card. This Night Gaunt. Another player of your choice must do a yeah, why did they allow Night Gaunt to stay in the deck? I guess yeah, why would they allow Night Gaunt to stay in the deck for solo? Because this card seems seemingly worthless, and if you claim it, you have to do a sanity check too. They didn't ask you to remove anything from the primary asset deck when you set it up for solo game. Let me make sure though, because like I said, seemingly that card is worthless in this solo match or solo mode. Yeah, no mention of anything being removed from the primary asset deck. The only cards they want you to remove when you're playing solo is Imposter, Migo, and Pandemonium Mythos cards. Those are the only. I think this should be included. Maybe the only primary asset card that should be removed because it says another player of your choice must do a sanity check and discard 1 random asset card from their hands. So it's, like I said, it's worthless for us. But if I can see the strategy there if you're playing with other people. But it would be a good card for the cultists to get because it doesn't give them anything. So maybe that's the whole point of it. All right. But then you still have to get rid of it, I guess, to get if it's the card that's at the top, and then there's still another card underneath it. So you do still have to get rid of it. So maybe that's, like I said, maybe that's the point of the whole thing, having that Night Gaunt there. Let me see what other cards we have here that might be helpful to us. I like TNT. FBI also gives you 1 power. We have 2 TNTs on the board right now. We should definitely claim one of them. Deep One. Place 4 Deep One tokens on any city space. Endgame if all 8 Deep Ones are in play. Otherwise, place up to 2 Deep Ones on any city space. Then claim 1 city with control value equal to less than the number of Deep Ones in that city. So that's a way for you to claim cities. Let me see how good this card is. Let's check it out. Okay, let's read that again. So we have to end the game if all 8 Deep Ones are in play. And when they say end the game, it's not even It's not even going into the end game phase. What's oh no, that's the end game. When when I said the end game phase, I kept thinking that it's like because I was playing Unconscious Mind recently, like last month, and so when I was talking about end game, I thought maybe there's another round after the end game triggers. It's actually just the end of the game. The game ends immediately. So, yeah, and then scoring takes place at that point. Yeah, for some reason, like I said, I was thinking that there's still another round. So, end game is just end game. All right. But what can we do with this card? Otherwise, place up to 2 is the action. Claim one city with control value equal to or less than the number of deep ones in that city. Equal to or less. So you can place one deep one and you can claim any city. That's actually pretty incredible. But you do have to do a sanity test to claim this. Um, but that's really powerful. It's very risky, but it's powerful. Claim one city with control value equal to or less than the number of deep ones. You know what? That's very attractive. Um, and then you can place a deep one. I mean, you can use that every round from now on and try to claim as many cities as possible by just placing one. So you don't end the game. Because I think if the game ends now, I'm definitely going to lose. I haven't done much. But the deep one has done quite a lot of damage here. They have 2 portals. On the score tracker, they're at 28. We're still at 15, but we still haven't counted the other stuff that we have. So I don't know where I'm at with that. I don't think you can do the claim thing for the solo mode. You know how, like in multiplayer, I think if you think that you have enough points to trigger the end game, you can do a declaration, but not in the solo. Solo, the end game triggers. Elder One reaches 35. Players driven to insanity. Elder One gains 5th insanity. Main agent is assassinated. Ritual investigation track reaches the last point of the track. The deep one's primary asset card is played, and all 8 deep ones are in play. So those are the only end game requirement for solo. That whole counting in the back of your mind, think if you have enough points, and then declaring it is a multiplayer exclusive apparently, which is good because I never liked that. When I read that, I was like, okay, this is kind of stupid. Okay, anyway, let's I want the TNT, so let's put a claim on it. I don't have any influence on any of these cards. That's amazing. And then the card that I have an influence on, I want to keep because this is the card that has the ability to close gates. So, you know what? So for the first first action, do I have any influence anywhere? I thought I did. Apparently I don't. Well, then what we're gonna do is shit. Okay, let me. Yeah, I can't do much this turn because I don't have enough power to close any gates. Um, do I want to move? No, I already have the agents where they need to be. So I'm going to use the New York City card here to increase the investigation track by 1. So let's just do that, just to get rid of that card. Okay. And then let's get some more influence. We're gonna buy this time from the general pool. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna use this card too. I'm gonna use 4 wealth to purchase 2 influence from the general pool. Okay, and that's the end of my turn. Okie doke. Now I need to get 4 cards back. 1, oh, that's good. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright, let's see what the elder one is going to do. Oops. Does that drop 2? No, not 1. Okay. Claim a primary asset card for cultist number 1. So she did place a claim on 3 cards. 2 cards, looks like. So which one is she going to get in that case? Let me see here. The cultist claims a primary asset in the first city where the cultist has more influence on the primary asset card than the player. If there's no such primary asset card, the cultist removes. Okay. The first city where the cultist has more influence than the primary asset card than the player. But it's a draw here, so I don't. What do you mean the first city? Are we going to look at from top to bottom? Probably. What do they mean by that? Of course, there's no FAQ here. Let me just reread that, okay? Yeah, even in their example, they just use like a very simple example of the cultist having influence like in multiple areas, but only one has like the most influence. So let me just read this. Claim primary asset card. The cultist claims the primary asset card in the first city where the cultist has more influence on the primary asset card than the player. If there's no such primary asset card, okay. Yeah, what do you mean by first city? That needs to be clarified. First city, eh? Well, we don't know what that actually means. Yeah, I don't know. So since they don't have that explanation, and we're just gonna go from top to bottom or something, or the path the cultist travels. That's the only way we can Because this is not explained in the poorly written rule book. And like when they were writing about this, claiming the primary asset cards, like they couldn't even fathom the possibility of the cultists having the same number and influence on multiple cards, which is baffling. I mean, crazy. So yeah, we're just gonna. It says first, so I'm just gonna go with the path that the cultists travel. So they travel from the top right to the left, and then they it's like an S motion here. So we're gonna say that she is going to claim that one. So she gets this arcane conspirator, and then we're gonna resolve the resources. So it's one influence and one power. So how does that translate? Is it in here? There's no solo quick sheet too. It would have been nice if that's included as well. So add the total influence listed and claim the card. Oh, and then to the next one. Okay, so in this case, 1 plus 1. Oh, hold on. Cultist card and the claim card, so not the behavior card. So 1 plus 2, it's 3. So she's going to place 3 on this next card that's being revealed. And it's an agent, eunuch hunt. So she's going to place 3. Oh, but she's not going to be successful in doing that because she's out of influence. So, so the action is going to fail. So she is going to move here. And then I think she gets all of her influence back though before that happens. Let me make sure. Where is that? I remember reading it during the last session. Okay, they instead retrieve all their influence from limbo and move to the next city. Okay, but she gets all of this back, and she spent the most actually in this game. But she moves to New York City, and then but we're not done yet. And then the second one, we have to resolve his power. Open the gate in the city in which the cultist is currently present by following the usual process for cultists opening gates, adding the power of the claim card in the total as well. Ay, it's pretty nasty. So 1, 2. Oh, she only has 2. So she is. Oh, and then it says regular. But that okay. That gate is closed, thankfully. So she's going to fail. whew, I think she would have been able to do it. So now she's down here. We need to move him away from her because this one likes to assassinate, I think. Yeah, because it says normal process. If it's the usual process, then that includes the behavior card. So she would have been able to open that gate. So we're lucky. Okay. So that's done. And she's not done yet. There's one more thing that she has to do. She is also going to add influence to the city space now. So this city has already been claimed by her fellow cultists, so that's going to be a fail. So she's going to move one more. Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's look at cultist 2. Claims a city and then assassinate for cultist 2. So thankfully he is not close to any of our agents. Does he have any stake on any cities? Yes, he has this one here. He's going to take right in front of my eyes, which is nasty because I wanted that city. No, we're there actually to close gates, so it's fine. So he's going to get this, and then it's going to be locked. And Elder One gets 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting pretty close there, so we need to do something about this. We need to steal cities now. I do have an action to unlock, so we're probably gonna have to do that. So we'll start using his unlock action. I should have done that earlier actually in the game. Instead of locking that one city. Well, I was locking New Orleans, was it? Yeah, I think it might have been New Orleans. Or one of the cities I did lock. But it was able to unlock and then later claim the city. I think it was Cultist 1. Cultist 1 is pretty nasty. Okay, so now, and then assassinate. So he's able to claim the city. He's able to claim Boston. Oh, and then we need to, of course, give him the Boston card and then resolve it. This could end the game. We'll see. It might be, they might be able to end the game here. Okay, so Boston, I have 1 influence. So I think the influence is placed. Let me just make sure that we don't make any mistakes. Yeah, we need a cheat sheet for the solo mode too, not just the regular cheat sheet here. 1 influence and the claim card to the primary card of this city. So now he's going to, where is he? He's over here. So he's going to add 2 more to this card. And then second is power. So he's going to attempt, to open that gate now. So usual process plus the 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the game ended. Okay, so because he opened this gate, Elder One gets 5. 1, 2, 3. So the game ends right there. I don't know if it goes over, like if because there's supposed to be 5 points. We'll see. Okay, so this is my first end game scoring attempt. So let's see what we're gonna do here. How do we figure out the scores? So yeah, if somebody goes over 35, how does that work? I don't remember reading about that. So again, I think that might be just yeah, another symptom of this poorly written rule book, because you would. It seems like they failed to address some questions that would come up, also. And I think I mentioned this so many times in the past. I think the only company actually that is very good at addressing anything and everything that you can think of, playing their games. That would be Fantasy Flight. It's like anything and everything you could ever think of playing the game, they always have them addressed. All of those questions addressed in the FAQs. It's amazing. It's like sometimes it takes a while for you to look for the answer, but everything is there. So not these guys. All right. Let me see here. Okay. So end game scoring. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Scoring. The player scores VP for investigators using following the usual rules. In the event of a tie, the player still wins. Okay. Or Elder One, the player or Elder One reaches or exceeds 35. It says. So I guess it is possible to exceed. So how are we gonna mark that? I guess I'll just add two more here, which is the access. So I don't know if that's going to be counted. So now I have to go back to the scoring area here for the multiplayer game. Okay, each player scores 3 VP if their allegiance card was not revealed. So in this case, for me, it was never revealed. So I get 1, 2, 3. So now we're down to 18. Okay. Next. Each player scores VP for any cards and agents they have claim with VP. Such as Denver City. Okay. It would be on their agent, on the agent card, and also the agent portraits here. I don't think. No. None of them, actually. Even she does, but only for the cultists. Each player checks for any endgame effects on their mythos card. I didn't get any mythos cards, so that's going to be a no. And then for me as an investigator, equal to the range in which the investigation track is located. We're at no scoring. Okay. Equal to the gate value of each gate they have closed. Okay, so this is good. So now we get to add the gate value. So I closed just one gate. That is sad. Okay, so that's 3 VP. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then each recruited agents they have claimed. Oh, so I have one actually. And that's it, and I lost. So so I guess we should always tally up the access then, just in case. Or maybe 35 is the maximum number of points that you can get in this game. So we can always look at it that way. But I don't remember reading where it says 35 is the maximum score. Um, so I think that because there's a mention of going over 35, so we should always just count it, I think. So if like at this point you're at 34 and the elder one gets close a gate with 6 VP, then we're just gonna add the total 6. Because they mentioned something about going over. Like I said, it's not confirmed 100% because it's not addressed in the rulebook. But anyway, that's a complete game. So that first complete playthrough actually took about 2 hours. And I'm still, because I was also still learning. I think now I have a pretty good grasp of how the game is being played. I'm gonna play it again. I do like this game a lot, despite like I've already mentioned the shortcomings in the previous session. Not gonna repeat it now, but I think this game could have been definitely slightly better. But I like the way it works right now. It flows really well, and there is a component that it's a cool component of the game that is not accessible via multiplayer, and that is the specific elder gods that you're fighting against. I don't think that's being used in multiplayer. Multiplayer is a completely different game where everyone, either a dissident or a cultist or an investigator, um, and you don't have like the elder god doing its own thing. I think it's just the players, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it's just the players. There's no elder god. It's just the players. So it's a cool solo exclusive um, part of the game. I do like that, and I think there are like about 6 of them, 6 elder gods, so a bunch of them actually that you can select at random at the beginning. Um, this one, this Nyarlathotep, hold on. Yeah, Nyarlathotep. He can win by opening 5 gates and immediately just flat out wins the game if he was able to do that. He got close. He got 3 gates actually during this game, and that's why I was like really trying to recruit agents that can close gates. I managed to close one, just so that I can start closing all of them, and then I was putting all my agents into position to start closing gates too. But then I realized I don't have enough power. But yeah, this is I guess when fighting this elder god, you need to make sure that you recruit cards that have power that's gonna help you with gate closing. So it's not just making sure that you have agents that can accomplish that as well. Um, yeah, I like the game, even though I lost. I don't know what this whole thing about losing and winning in gaming. It's not just like in board gaming, but like in video games in general, like especially like in PvP games, even in Dead by Daylight or League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm. There's this whole thing about just since I played League of Legends for the longest time, this would be the best example that I can give. People get really upset when they lose, like extremely upset, and as if like it's a reflection of them as a gamer if they lose any of these games, like that they're not good enough, when it's like a lot of different factors. I mean, it could be also that they maybe made some mistakes in the games that they were playing where they lost the games, but it's like it's a commentary on them being not good enough, and they get really really upset, and I never I it's something that I really don't understand, because the rule of the game is not everyone is going to win, so there's always going to be a winner and a loser. So that's just the design of the game. If you understand the rule of the game, design of the game, you can't be upset if you lose. Instead, it's you can always learn from your losses. You can always try better next time. But yeah, so people have this weird thing where they can't lose, or if it's a game that they might have a potential to lose, maybe they don't even like to play it, or it's just something. It's really weird. I think it's the same thing about life. I mean, that you don't live forever. If you understand this fact about life, you can accept the the eventual end better than people who don't think about stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, because I've seen that a lot too in like board gaming forums where people mention, or in videos where mostly like, I watch more of the videos than visit forums actually when it comes to board gaming, uh, or tabletop gaming, where people mention something about you lose, I don't, you might lose a lot, and that might not be fun. I mean, how can it not be fun? It's part of the gameplay design. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So it's like people will only want to play something if they know that they can win. I like this game because definitely there's a lot of unpredictability. I wish there were more varieties when it comes to the behaviors of the cultist. Uh, like I said, they could have also made more cultists. I'm repeating myself at this point, but there's definitely ways that they can improve upon this game, or how the bot works. But uh, and I lost my train of thought. Okay, so I was talking about winning, losing. Talking about, what was I talking about when it comes to the bot? Why did I mention the bot? Um, so winning and losing. Oh, unpredictability. Yeah. Even after like we shuffle the behavior card. Sorry. Things get unpredictable because of things that are happening on the board. So I can see why maybe they stop here. But like I said, they could have gone above and beyond to make it a lot more unpredictable and a lot more variable involved. But it is hard to say with this game whether or not you're going to win when you play it. You can definitely play smarter. Like with me, this particular playthrough, since I'm still also learning the game, I can see where I made the mistake of not focusing on grabbing cards with power, for example. But this game is pretty unpredictable because of the way that the bots are moving, and what they're doing. So yeah, it's I guess at this point, if when I set this up again, I can't say for sure that I'm gonna win the game or not. And I think that's always a good feature of a game, where you don't know if you're gonna win or not. I mean, why would you want a game that's so predictable that you can always predictably win every single time? It's not challenging, I mean, but I guess that's the great thing. That's why I love the games that I have on physical tabletop format here versus like, well, I'm also liking like the new trend of all these roguelites when it comes to video games, because of the unpredictability, because you sit down, you don't know what's going to happen, everything's random, and that's the part that I love about board games, when they're random like this. um, But yeah, that was a really fun playthrough. I am going to keep playing this game, so this is not going to be replaced at this point. Probably I want to play until I don't want to anymore. It's like that. The last time I feel this way was with that submarine game. Deep Sea Endeavor was very good. That's probably one of my my favorite board games so far. So I love, of course, Legendary Marvel. I love Marvel. What's the one from Fantasy Flight? Marvel Champions is also very good. And then Deep Sea Endeavor, I consider to be one of my favorites. So those are my top three right now at this point. Oh, and then Final Girl. Final Girl is definitely like, is it my favorite? Yeah, Final Girl and Marvel Champions, I think, are close. Legendary, I can't say 100, at this point, because I need to spend more time with it, even though I have all these expansions. I've played enough to know that I like the game, but I need to play a lot more of Marvel, Legendary Marvel. Um, but yeah, Final Girl and Marvel Champions are like tied at the top right now. And I think the more I play Final Girl, the more I'm gonna. It's probably gonna be number one eventually because I do have the expansion. I just need to play more of it, and it is hard to win that game, very hard. And some killers are just seemingly impossible. I'm looking at you, Billy the Bear, but yeah. But we're gonna keep this one here on my tabletop section of the game room. This table is taking like half of my game room space right now. So which actually prevents me from playing any VR games. So I can either play board games or I can play VR games. So but in the meantime, I can play either VR or board game, and then just my regular stuff, regular video games. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and reset this table, and we're gonna play some more pretty soon because I do enjoy this game a lot, and it's really easy to play. Flows really well.